Hello Jack, we've got the transmission out of your 2003 Dodge pickup diesel. This is what it looks like when it's all apart. I'll go over some things we found on the inside with you, and Eric or Amanda will contact you with the cost estimates. A lot of the stuff we talked about previous, but you can remember that's one of the pieces of the snap ring that was in the pan. There's another piece over there. Both of those snap rings did come from the bottom of the overdrive section. If we look at this is the front clutch. We can see how the frictions are burnt, so you can see what this one looks like. Once we get out here, that disc is burnt. This one doesn't have any lining left on it. Usually if you flip these over, you'll see that they're burnt. You can see the burning on that one. That side looks okay, that side doesn't. So that clutch goes in there. That's going to be for third and reverse. It was slipping. This is the overdrive clutch. It's a uniform color on the steel plate, and the same thing on the dark green lining. This clutch hasn't been slipping. This is the overdrive clutch, comes on for fourth. This is the rear clutch, comes on for all the forward gears. It's a dark green lining, but you can see on the steel plate starting to see these heat spots here, and the black lines on the dark green lining. There's a heat spot there. So a little bit of slippage on that clutch that comes on for the forward gears. That's the low reverse band, comes on for reverse and manual when hold back. Slight discoloration, but it's actually not bad. This is the intermediate band, comes on for second gear, and this one is worn. It's not significantly burnt. There's some discoloration. You can see the dark brown on the lining, and those little pit marks are because the lining's worn thin, so the band itself is worn, not burned. This is the range sensor. You can see how much oil is inside there. That's going to be because the oil is going to leak through here, and then come out the pins, so that'll cause a potential for a electrical contact problem. If we look at the front planetary, camera may be hard for it to pick up, but you see what the gear looks like, the pinion gear. This one here is a dark color, it's purpley. This gear itself has been hot. There's a little bit of wiggling back and forth, but on the front planetary, these gears look normal, this gear does not. This gear looks normal, so you can see the color difference. So that planetary is no good because of that gear. What will probably have happened is the hardening will come off of that, and then there's the pin, and then there's little nails that are up inside there. So that will probably fail prematurely. The rear planetary looks okay. You can see all the pinions are the same color on that. This is the overdrive direct clutch, and it looks okay. The snap ring that holds this whole clutch into the drum, so this drum here is going to be where that snap ring was, and that groove right there is where the snap ring was supposed to be held stationary. So there's some wear there. We'll probably end up changing the drum because we have lots of them, but that snap ring was popping out of that groove. That's where most of the pieces of the snap ring were, and as I said, this set of clutches goes into that drum. The pump itself looks okay. We still have to clean it and measure it, but we don't see any abnormal scoring, things like that. And I think that's about all I can talk about in the transmission. If we look at the valve body, that's our governor solenoid there. And that's the transducer. When we were talking before, this little detent ball does have some wear, so you see that the ball is moving in the bore. When we do the recondition, we'd also change this valve here, our solenoid switch valve. Then we have our pressure regulator valve, a different design there, and the manual valve is this guy here. So what we'll always recommend is replacing that with an updated one that fills the converter in park, instead of waiting for it to be in neutral or one of the other gears. So that essentially is what we found inside there. As I said, Eric or Amanda will contact you with the cost estimates. The torque converter has some discoloration as well, so once we deal with the cooler lines, we'll be able to flush out the cooling system, and then we'll have a better idea on whether the converter clutch was failing or not. But right now it looks like we should be replacing the torque converter as well. So there you have it. That's what it looks like inside. Thanks.